So it's Wednesday morning, mid-morning, it's like 9ish, and we are loaded up in the car getting ready to head to Atlanta. We've got a photo shoot and Craig's shooting an event tonight. So we've got Dylan in the back and she is snacking on some crackers. Yeah, and Craig's running in Walgreens getting some snacks for the ride, and I'm going to show you guys a little behind the scenes of our shoots today. It's been a long day so far, but we're rallying for the event tonight. Let's see what coffee you want. This is our favorite restaurant because that's my Renaissance man right there, drinking his coffee, taking his photos. I don't think she's gonna eat it because she's like asleep. And then I got the niçoise salad. Struggle's real right now. It's called left-handed eating, called baby sleep. Not easy. I've become ambidextrous since I've had this. Good morning. So it's Thursday. I'm about to put a honey face mask on, which I know sounds fancy. Maybe it doesn't sound fancy, it's just honey. My skin is just not doing well. I feel like I keep getting new breakouts on either side of my mouth. I'm not really sure why, but I am sitting at my desk. I've got my breakfast that I ate all of, well, oatmeal, coffee, sitting here, and Dylan's taking a nap, and I'm doing some editing. I've got about 15 photos to edit by the end of the day. It's not anything crazy, so I should be able to get it done before she wakes up, hopefully. But I'm gonna multitask and do a face mask to try to like cleanse my skin while she naps and while I edit. I got my editing done. And I washed honey mask off my face, and Dylan's still napping, which is awesome. So I'm going to put something on my face so I can go to the gym, because I mean, I just don't want to go like this. So I'm going to show you how I do my makeup when I'm just gonna go to the gym, or you know, want something sort of light. So the first thing I'm going to use is this L'Oreal BB cream. It's my favorite just for like everyday wear. I mean, it's usually what I put on my face. So I just put it on with my fingers. Okay, much better already. Now I'm gonna do the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just gonna put it like a small dot in on my eyes where it's kind of dark, and then just these spots on either side of my mouth, and then a little bit on my eyelid. I use a light hand with the concealer because I don't know, the older I get, I guess I'm 32 and I don't really have any wrinkles, but it's not that it creases, but under my eyes it's like it kind of can look a little overly dry maybe, and it just doesn't make me look youthful. It kind of makes me look a little crusty. I just try to do a light hand and just do a little tiny bit right where I need some concealing and some brightening. I'm not going to use a lot of powder because my skin's really dry, but I'm going to use a little bit of this NYX HD finishing powder. I'm trying to use it up because I don't hate it, but I don't love it, but that just kind of sets my concealer up. I'm not going to put it all over my face because I don't want like powdery dryness, because I don't need to be dry. I need some moisture. And then I'm going to go in with butter bronzer. I'm not really contouring, I'm just bringing a little life into my face. That way we look glowy. I'm gonna use the Milani Baked Blush in Rose Dior. It's got a little shimmer to it, which will make me look a little more glowy. This is looking good. It's just something about getting a little bit of makeup on that just makes me feel like everything's gonna be okay. I'm gonna use a little eye primer, so I'm gonna use this e.l.f. And let me say, too, side note, when I work out, I don't get real sweaty, which you're probably saying like, well, you're not doing enough, but I tend to just focus on muscle building and strength training, just trying to get more muscle mass. Putting a little makeup on isn't gonna like clog up my pores or anything, because I don't tend to sweat that much when I work out. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. primer, and I love this primer. It's just as good as the Urban Decay primer in my opinion, and it's like a fraction of the cost. And then I'm gonna put a little more powder, going back in with that Real Techniques contouring brush, and just tap over it, because I'm really not worried about eyeshadow today. For highlighter, because yeah, I gotta do highlighter even if I'm just staying at home all day and going to the gym. A little bit on my nose, and then I'm using the Laura Geller Gilded Honey for highlight. And then I'm just gonna go whoosh over my eye. Nothing crazy. Next, I'm just gonna smudge a little bit of eyeliner on my eye, just a little bit. I'm gonna use my mirror down here to help me. I'm using the L'Oreal Extra Intense. I'm gonna smudge it in with this flat Japanesque, I believe, brush. It's 341, and it's just a flat brush. This is the cheater way to do a cat eye, in my opinion, and that's what I wanna do. It's like a quick, like, guideline for your swoosh. Wow, I put a lot on there. Okay, I might have got a little carried away with my eyeliner because it's like kind of a line. It's like, it's no joke. I love the Kat Von D Tattoo eyeliner in Trooper. It's like the best thing. So I'm gonna use this to just make like a little wink. I saw this makeup bag one time that said, never ask a girl with winged eyeliner why she's late, and I just thought that was so funny because it's true. Because every time I do it, I'm like, ugh, oh wait, this side sideways, this side's like going, usually one's going downhill and one's going uphill, but using the blur, the pencil liner technique has been working for me. I've been doing it for years, and if I skip that step, I always get it sideways. So it's a little tip if you're high maintenance like me and you want winged eyeliner on a random Thursday. I'm gonna use the Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. Okay, so now my brows are pretty sparse, as you can see, so I have to do something about that. And I usually use this Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil. It has a little spoolie on one side and then the filler inner on the other. And I find that it's pretty fast and it's pigmented enough to kind of give me less gaps. The good old early 2000s did a number on my eyebrows because we used to wax them so tiny and thin and pluck them so small, and it's just like, I feel like they've never recovered. Or maybe they were always gonna be this way, I don't know, but I'm gonna blame it on that. Blame it on society. Okay, brush them again because you wanna just make sure there's not any clumps or anything. And the last thing is the Maybelline Brow Drama. It's like a gel for your eyebrows. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that. And I don't really wear lipstick. I mean, especially not days like today. So I'm gonna use just some lip balm, and I like this lanolin. Okay, got a little lip balm on. And this is pretty much it. Let's head to the gym. I just left the gym and I'm like shaking. I can barely hold the camera still because my arms are so sore. So I'm gonna go to the grocery store now, get some stuff to make potato kale soup, and hopefully I can film me making that and you can see how I make my potato kale soup. It's really good. That's the biggest potato I've ever seen. That could sustain like a family of 4 for like a week. We're going.
We're going, yeah.
We're gonna make potato kale soup. This is my recipe, but don't get annoyed because there's no like measurements or anything. I just kind of wing it. So it's like a non-stressful, throw it all in the pot, let it cook, forget about it, and then it's awesome type of recipe. So it's pretty quick. So of course we have potatoes over here. Giant potatoes. So I chose to get 4 of them because I kind of like, I want to eat leftovers. And then you need kale. And I'm going to try to use the whole bag. I just kind of like stuff it down in the pot and let it cook and then see how much I can stuff in there. And then that's how I know I've got too much. Vegetable broth, olive oil, an onion, garlic, and this is the cheater garlic. Sorry about that. And then a little onion powder and a little garlic powder because you need more. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut the onion up. It is handy to make it ahead of time and then just put it in the fridge, and it's so easy to reheat. And sometimes we eat it with cornbread. And you can add meat into it if you want to. Turn the eye on, and I guess I'm gonna turn it on relatively high. I'm gonna put just a little olive oil in there. The onion. And too much garlic. Just let those kind of hang out for a second. Cut the giant potatoes up. I mean, I don't even know how to do it. Like, it's so big, I don't even know how to approach it. So, I'm not gonna be cutting this stuff for a while. Alright, so I've had it on low this whole time just because I knew it would take me a while to cut up the potatoes. I'm gonna turn it back up, and I'm gonna take my stock and dump it in there. Okay, so I decided to do 2 things of stock. And let it cook, really. I mean, you just let it cook, and at the very end I add in kale and the spices, maybe a little rosemary, salt and pepper, kind of taste it as I go, and you're done. But when you taste it, it should taste like the most amazing thing you've ever put in your mouth. Yeah, you know you're done when
they're soft, but it's kind of one of those things you can kind of turn it on like high, medium high, and just forget about it until they seem soft. So we'll come back when it's time to add the kale. The potatoes are getting soft. It's been, how long, like 30 minutes?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna add kale, and I made a big kale pile because I was pulling off all the like stalks and stuff, because you don't want that in your soup. So now I'm gonna stuff as much as I can in there, one-handed. We'll add a little onion powder and a little garlic. And a few pinches of salt. It kind of takes a lot of salt more than you think, but we'll just stop there. You can always add more. And that, ladies and gentlemen,